Review on what we did last time. We spoke about the importance of studying the language of Quran. It is a must. If you are a Muslim, it is a must. Because it go back to the reasoning, why did Allah reveal the Quran in Arabic? Allah knew in His ultimate wisdom that Arabic is going to be popular in certain amount of time, or not be popular in certain amount of time, and these things keep changing. I mean, if you read history, why did US decided that the language is English? There was a very big discussion, should it be German or English? I mean, which one should be used for science? But the only language that is able to hold the capacity of the Quran itself is the Arabic language. And at the end of the day, it is the words of Allah. So He decides what He wants. We accept it, we do submission, and then we follow it. Many ayahs in the Quran, if you read the translation, you are losing 90% of the beauty of the ayah. I'm not saying 5%, 6%, no, 90%. There's many nice stuff in the Arabic language. So, for example, if I give you two statements in English, like every time I see Bilal, he's smiling. This is one statement. The second statement is, I have never seen Bilal except smiling. The two of them, does they give you different meaning? It might give you different meaning, but you can't really explain it by referring to the English language. But in Arabic, if you use this approach, it has a meaning. It has a purpose. So this goes everywhere. In Arabic, a word could have the meaning and its opposite as well. The vocab is massive. For sword, we have like 100. For camel, we have like 500. For lion, we have like 1,000. And there's something also in the Arabic language which is very nice. You could say, for example, if you see Khalid in the battlefield, you would see a lion. Okay. So this is like an analogy. If you see Khalid in the battlefield, it is as if you saw a lion. Arabic, the Quran and the Quran specifically, and this is also something in the Arabic language, you could have a statement like this. If you see Khalid in the battlefield, stop. Nothing is mentioned. So it is sometimes used in this way so that your mind goes and think about it. And if you look at the deepness, if I tell you, if you saw Khalid in the battlefield, it is much, much stronger than saying, if you saw Khalid in the battlefield, you would have seen a lion. If you saw Khalid in the battlefield, you would have seen someone who everyone is talking about his courage. But if I tell you, if you see Khalid in the battlefield, and I delete the part of the statement, the news, then your mind will be playing all over the place. So in the Quran, this also happens in different areas, where not only this is mentioned, but certain parts is removed. Because think about it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us like 600 pages book, right? In the Osmani script. The ayah's number is limited. Still, every time you read it, every time Mufassirin read it, they get up new information. They learn more. They understand more. And Allah, when He revealed it, He said in many ayahs, one of them is أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. Then, do they not reflect upon the Quran, or their locks upon their heart? So if you follow the idea that now I only need to learn how to read the Quran, I don't have to understand it. So this ayah, what is the meaning of this ayah in this case? Like the ayah is, astaghfirullah al-azim, is meaningless. It is as if you bring someone who speaks Arabic. You give him a book written in English, and you tell him, Wallahi, this is your religious book. Deal with it. I will teach you how to read, and you will live your entire life like this. This has never been the case. Like in history, in Muslim history, it have never been the case. The thing is people do once they convert to Islam is that they learn Arabic, whether they are from an Arab origin or not. And there is a very nice thing related to this, is that al-Arabiyatul lisan. If you speak Arabic, you are an Arab. If you say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu, and you do what Islam says, you're a Muslim. We don't go into tribalism, color, and this kind of stuff. We call it jahiliyyah. It is nothing related to Islam. The only difference between two people is taqwa, piety. How much you fear Allah, how much you look on yourself on your own actions when Allah is watching you. This is the only difference. Because Allah will never ask you for something that is not in your hand. You were born in a rich family, you were born in a poor family. He will ask you, the capacity I gave you as a human being, did you use it to its full? This is the question. But if it is beyond your capacity, He will not ask you. But if you are wasting your resources, He will ask you. Makes sense. So for example, someone who is intelligent, he says, I don't have to study. I just need 5 minutes before the exam. And he live his life like this. So he wastes his entire life and they study 5 minutes before the exam. His argument, I still get the same grades. Yeah, but you're wasting your resources. So what is the difference between you and someone who is hardworking? Perhaps if you started being a hard worker, you achieve more. You fill more gaps, because we have lots of gaps, right? So this is some of the stuff we mentioned. بلسان عربي مبين in a clear Arabic language. ولقد يسرنا القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر, and we have certainly made the Quran easy for remembrance. So is there any who will remember? So Allah, this is all. If something is mentioned by Allah, it is just very nice. Imagine I take you in college and I tell you this course, you will pass it. Study, you will pass it. I'm telling you, 100% you are passing it. Imagine how easy will it be. Allah told you, we made it easy. He subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we made it easy. And the more we explain, you will realize that Arabic language, if you learn how to read a word, you can read a sentence. If you can, there is no silent letters out of nowhere. So there is nothing like knife where the K is silent. You ask someone why is the K is silent, you can't really tell. There is nothing like when two letters are combined, they have a different meaning or different pronunciation. No, just separate parts combined together. Abadan, abadan, abadan. That's it. Okay. I was planning to handwrite here, but I don't think I can. So right now, last time we took Fatha. I'm blocking the screen, like always.
You want to move here?
Yeah, I can. Okay, I will keep moving. Sorry for this, but we use what we have. Okay. So
This is now being recorded, right?
everything is being recorded.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, this sign means we are recording it. Okay. So I really believe in interactive teaching. So you will get asked a question and you have to answer or give a try. Okay. It's not like you go study at home and then you realize I have a lot of knowledge gaps. This is not going to happen. So I will start right now. Brother Asif, because we are starting from the right. Go ahead and pronounce this letter for me.
It's a little difficult to see, but
Sorry, this one. Go to the board.
You guys want to maybe move this thing a little bit this way? You're okay to see it?
yeah, I can see.
You can see it, okay.
It's probably a good idea unless you feel a little too close.
Yeah.
You know, because it comes closer to the TV. Yes, brother. Do you have a way of making it larger, maybe, or no?
Larger, yes, definitely. 1 second. Is this better?
Yeah, much better.
Okay.
Yes. So which letter?
This one.
Swad.
Correct.
So, and it will be with the.
Fatha.
Yeah. So it will be swa.
Saw.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Bilal. This one.
Dal.
Who's Fatha?
Dal.
Da. I keep forgetting the name. Saad. Hamu Saad. Can you tell me this one?
That.
Okay, let's move in order quickly. This one.
That.
This one.
Ja.
This one. Correct. Very nice kha. Next. Correct.
Ba.
The.
The.
So your tongue will get out between your two teeth, but not too much. Once you, yes, and you end it. This has to happen in the dal. And it also has to happen in the tha. Tha. The. Okay. Next. We have two. We are missing two. Yes, I'm going to. Alaykum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Seen.
No, this one.
That.
No, this one is raw.
It might be too far.
Okay. Raw.
You can maybe make it even bigger for him.
Raw. So raw is written in this way. Raw usually has a curve. So
Yeah.
raw is written this way. If this is your line, raw is written this way. I mean, you have to start writing. Raw is written this way. Curve. Raw. Dal is closer to raw, but the difference is, see this part is smaller. Okay? You can think about it this way. Okay, sister side. This one? Yes. Za. 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 This one? Sa. 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 I mentioned it in a previous email, but we could have office hours on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. But you have to email me asking for office hours. So if you missed the previous time, watch the lectures. If you have questions, send me an email. I will send you a Zoom invitation link for office hours on Tuesday. Okay? So I don't think there's any excuse. If you miss a material, you are still responsible for it. Okay? I have a sheikh, he will always ask, did you attend last time? I say no. He said, but what did we take? I said, I didn't attend. He said, what is the relation between not attending and not answering my question? If you didn't attend, you still should know. Did you ask? And he will ask every time. This one? Do you know it? This one. ضا ضا ولا الضالين. Can you tell me this one? Next. طا. Okay. So it is very important to learn how to pronounce a letter. I will mention all of them right now. Yes. Sorry, I didn't see him. I didn't see her. 1 second. This one. ظا 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 ظالم. Okay. So a ba ta tha ja ha kha da za ra za. Get used to saying it as ra. That's it. Don't say ra, the, because if you say so, when I teach you mad and I do something like this, it will be ra. I tell you what is this, you will say ra. So it will be very hard to differentiate the two. So the difference is in how quickly you pronounce it. So it is only ra, the, ra, the. Like in Al-Fatiha we say an'amta, 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 mustaqim, mustaqim. If you say mustaqim, then you added alif after the ta. So everything needs to be quick. And if you are already reciting slow, so everything has mad, you go to the other extreme, and then you come to the middle. Okay? Za, sa, sha, sa, da, ta, za, a, gha, fa, qa, ka, la, ma, na, ha, wa, a, ya. Okay. We already mentioned this last time, but we will do it here as a review. If you go to the previous again, inshallah, we will order the book, so you will have it. But you have the PDF already, so you should be able to study anyway. if you look at one of the letters, so this is a ta. It is written, so this is how ta is written in the beginning, in the middle, and the end. This is very important. You have to learn how letter is written in different parts in the statement, in a word. So this is ha. In the start, in the middle you have two formats. In the end. So for example, if I write ha in the end, I can, you can see the board. I will make it. Okay, without any harakas for now. So this word is al-qiyamah, the day of judgment. Qama means to stand. In Arabic, we have roots for every word. So here, if you pay attention, you can tell that this is alif. Okay? If you go up, you can tell that this is alif. This is alif. Sometimes it is written with hamza, sometimes it is written with not, but the pronunciation is very close. So this is alif, this is lam. How did you know that this is lam? If you go to the lam, see the lam? Lam in the middle or in the start? Okay, so why lam is written like this? Because if you go up to the alif, you realize that alif does alif from the way you see it here. I'm talking about the alif, so I'm talking about this first letter. If you see the alif, does it have any connection from this side? It only accepts connection from the right hand side. So because alif doesn't accept connection from the left hand side, so the lam can't be connected to the alif. But if I have a word, if I have a letter like kha, like this, kha and lam, you see how the lam is different. Lam at the end. See? This is how lam at the end. Lam at the end. For example, if you would like a word that lam is in the middle. So for example, khal by the way means vinegar. So like cooking. So we have a word like ya'malun. Ya'malun means work or working when you're talking about a group of people. If you look at this part, it is lam in the middle, accepted connection from the right, connection from the left. So this is how the lam is written. Okay? It is just a rule, you learn it once. And by the way, this kind of material you learn it by exercise. So there is no, you don't have to get it from the first time. It is just basically by reading over and over again, and sometimes you can learn by writing as well. So this is how letters with fatha, and how letters are written at different parts of the word. So for example, ha, there's two ways of writing ha in the middle. This is how to write ha at the end, at the start. This is how to write ha at the end. This page, you memorize it. You can memorize it by different ways. You could write it down 50 times. You could open the Quran, get a word from the Quran, try to figure out what letters are in this word. So you figure out the best way, but you have to have it in your memory. And also memorization is not bad. You can memorize it. It's fine. I mean, don't know about the educational system here, but you can memorize. And once you are able to memorize stuff and you are able to explain it, this means that you can organize something in your mind. If you don't memorize what you are, if you can't memorize and you can't explain, so a piece of information is basically all over the place. So it is fine to memorize, and memorizing is actually a very good tool. It comes with practice. Okay.
You got a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah. With the how, right?
Mm.
From yesterday, I looked at the lecture, right? Yesterday, and at the end of the word, sometimes the letter is not pronounced. Like the ha at the end of the word has like two dots on it, right?
Yes.
and it's like not like pronounced.
Correct.
The sakun.
So I'm like kind of confused sometimes.
Okay, so he is mentioning. Can I erase the board? Yeah, I think I can show you so that you have everything in the recording. So I can show you an example. Okay, this is an example. Anyone know what is this? Huh? Yes, this one. Kaaba. Okay. Kaaba. Everyone pronounces it Kaaba. So they ended it with ha,
Yeah.
not ta marbut. So the reason is simple. If you look at Kaaba, first of all, whenever you look at a word, you need to ask yourself a couple of questions in the same order. First of all, you make sure Ka, sukun, ba, tu. Let's say Kaaba. And by the way, Bilal, we didn't explain this yet, but I will just answer your question. So for example, you look at the word. First thing you do you know the letters? Yes, I know the letters. Okay. Do you know the harakas? Meaning fatha, sukun, dhamma? Let's say, yes, you know them. So, I know the harakas. So you know the letters, you know the harakas. Okay? That's it. You don't need to know anything else. This word is divided into three ways. Three syllables. Ka, ba, tu. Ka, ba, tu. In this specific way, ka, ba, tu. Ka, ba, tu. Kaaba, Kaaba, Kaaba. Okay? Why did we say Kaaba? Because you changed this one and you added sukun. Did anyone notice what we did here? When the ayn, when a letter has sukun also is a big thing. It is not coming right now at all. It's coming later on. We pronounced that with the previous letter. Ka'ba, 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 Ka'ba. Okay? Why did you say it as ha? Because this is one of the characteristics of this letter. This letter is written like this. At the end, it is sometimes ta marbuta, sometimes it is ha. When we stop on it, we pronounce it like this. It's one of the easiest things you will learn, so don't pay attention to it right now.
Well, I think when you stop in Tabru, you have to take the air out. Why in Kaaba you don't use like Kaaba?
No, incorrect.
Yeah, why? That doesn't make sense.
No. Ha comes from here.
Yeah, like when you Hayya Salah.
No. We don't say this. We say Hayya ala salah.
Yeah,
You say, no, 1 second. You say as-salah.
Yeah.
This is a word.
No, in Adhan.
Yes, I'm noticed in Azan.
Okay.
If someone asks me a question outside of the topic, I won't answer next time. Okay, so this is Alif, Lam, Sad, Lam, Alif. Pronounce this one as-salah. Okay? Pronounce this one as-salah. This is very technical, not aha.
Okay,
It's not
okay,
explained
okay.
right now.
No,
Later on.
I thought that was it. Because for the group of Tamar Buddha is like whenever you stop.
I'm Mustafa. Have mercy on me.
Okay.
We will do it on Sundays. Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Make sure you understand every lesson. This is 90 pages. We are covering all of them, inshallah. I'm not skipping anything. From my experience, once you skip something and you say it is easy, people will get it. No. We go step by step. You study the lesson. If you have question, go ahead and ask. Don't just act like I will finish it all up today, because what will happen is that when you start, you play without warming up. So you will play today, but you are not going to play for 2 weeks.
This book, do we have it available as a PDF? Or
Yes, you have it as a PDF in the drive, and we are ordering soon the hard copy.
And then for new Muslim brothers or anyone learning to read, that's a must to memorize.
Yeah.
what you just read.
This book is a must to learn.
Like the basic, the ones
Yes.
that you went through, like
They have
without
to.
it, they're not gonna be able to follow.
No, you have to. Fundamentals is the most important part in anything. This most important part in a building is First floor, right? Yes, foundation. So those are the letters that are alike when it comes to writing. Can everyone see the screen? Okay. So we have this one. Can everyone see the screen? Up? Bigger, okay. This letter? Okay. So those letters are alike when it comes to writing. We have ba, na, bana, bana. The difference between the two is the dot, where it is, okay? We have ta and ya, okay? I mean, sometimes I say these jokes, but for example, we have J, right? And we have I. If you are doing engineering, people will hate it if you write it this way. You do J like this, you do I like this. So that people don't get confused. So it is not really complex in Arabic. The difference is really clear. Ba is under, dot is above. So it is exactly the opposite. Ba and na. Ta and ya, same idea. Tha and sheen. The difference is clear. We have here 1, 2, 3. Here we have only 1 dash. 3 dashes compared to 1 dash. Tha, sha. Jim and kha is like ba and noon. The difference is where is the dot is. You can see the difference here in za and ra. The, so za and ra. The and da. Da and sa. Difference is in dot. Dha and ta. Ghain and ayn. Gha and a. Sha and sa. Fa and qaf. Fa, qa. Difference is in dots. Lam and kaf. The difference is clear as well. You can see this like a hamza. So it is not on this end. Ta and ha. The difference is the 2 dots. A and la. A and gha. Again, the one Bilal asked about. Ta. Ta and ha. The difference is the 2 dots. So this is pronounced as ta, ha, na, tha, fa, gha. If you are reading and you see a circle, like a circle, a perfect, I'm very close to being a circle, and it has a dot or 2 dots, then you should be saying, is it a fa or a qaf? Ghain is not a circle. If we zoom in, ghain is never a circle. Ayn is never a circle. It's very close to like not a complete circle. And by the way, when it comes to the Quran, it is really written clearly. So if there is a confusion, it is because you didn't memorize how the letters are written. So you will not find that letters in a position is written in a different way from one word to another. If it is in the middle between 2 letters, it will be always like this.
The difference between a noon and ba.
Yes. Yes. The difference is the dot is up. The dot here is down.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Or are you asking between the noon and the? So the difference between noon and the, if you go, so this is noon and the. If you go up and you look at how noon is written, this is how zal is written. Start, middle, end. Zal in the middle does not accept connection from the left side. Right? Any other letter that does not accept connection from the left side? What else? What else? What else? Qaf? Who said qaf? -5 marks.
I'm not going to try next time.
No, try, it's okay. Yes, wow, correct. Wow doesn't accept connection from the left side. So noon accept connection from the 2 sides, right? Zal accept connection only from the right hand side. So you will not mess it up when it comes to zal and noon. So there is a difference. There is nothing like you would learn it by sense or something. It is written down. Ta and ha, a and lam. So a and la. Again, we said alif will never accept connection from this side. A and la. Ayn and ghain, a, gha. Difference is the dot, and that's it. Ta and ha difference is the two dots. Noon and dal. Na, da. We just explained it. So this is for all of them. Ayn and a, the difference is clear. So if you look at the ayn, it is written like this. This part is always longer. This part here in the hamza goes down. Also, I mentioned this last time. We have a PDF also for a notebook to help you how to write. So one of the stuff interesting in the Arabic text as well is that if we pay attention to some of the letters, they will actually. Let's go to an example. Alif is easy, so ba is easy. Ha is a good option. Yes, go ahead.
Do is heavy, but that is light.
Correct.
And they're different letters.
Correct. The one you mentioned is dad.
Yeah.
The other one is da. If you look at a letter like ha, see, there is an arrow where to start and where to go. So it is not like someone do. I mean, you can do it; it will work sometimes, but you learn how to draw. So you start from here, you go all the way to this area, you go to the line because this is your drawing line, خط الأساس, the line where you draw on, and then you go under the line. Okay. So this is a PDF. You can print it. I don't have the exact book, and I don't know where it is. Where they sell it, but this is very normal stuff. You will find it in many other formats because it is from the fundamentals. So you can print it and you can go over it. So we said, just to recap, here we were talking about letters that are alike when it comes to writing. So this one, to learn it, look a lot at the letters, get used to them. But for this one, those letters are alike when it comes to pronunciation. How you learn it? By practicing. So I will give you an exercise. You have to do it at home. So for example, you had some free time, and you said, I have a problem with the letter dad. And you decided, I will dedicate 10 minutes for the dad. So you say dad in 3 possible ways. Don't worry for now about Dhamma and Sukun. I'm going to explain it later on. But just to make it easy, Fatha means open. So for example, and the word Yaftah is to open. For example, if I tell someone open the door, Iftah al-bab. Fatha, when you pronounce it, you open your mouth. Can you say without opening your mouth? You can. Dhamma means to close, right? Dhamma. So you close your lips. Sukun is to stop. For example, if I'm saying Alif, Fatha, Jim, Fatha, how do you say it? Aja, right? But if I decide to stop on the Jim, this is basically the definition of Sukun. Again, we are not explaining it right now. You stop. Ad. Okay. So this is the definition of Sukun. You stop. So instead of completing it, you stop. So as if you are getting the characteristics of the letter, but you don't pronounce it. Okay? So again, I was saying how to practice a letter. You say, for example, this is Alif, this is Dal. A letter with Sukun, you can't pronounce it unless there is another letter with it, right? So this one is Al, Il, Ul, Al, Il, Ul. So this is how to get your tongue used to. I said I will send it, but I forgot. I said I will send you a video. So the video is doing this for all the alphabet. And I mentioned a note. Do not watch it in one sitting. Just divide it for a very long time. Okay? Send Osman video. pronunciation. Okay, I will send it. You will find al, and also this is a quick example. Don't worry about it. I'm just telling you that this is the rule. ولا 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 الض ولا الض ولا الضالين. Okay, for example, don't forget about this math symbols. ولا الض ولا الضالين. So you can divide in this way. So why I'm mentioning this example, because at certain moment you will do this part. I said ولا ولا أض ولا ولا ض. So this is how to practice a letter. Again, as I said, you add the alif before the letter. Fatha, kasra, dhamma. Ad, id, So if I say I'm Mustafa, if I tell you do the same for qaf, how do you do it? Next one. Next one.
No.
Guys, one. Aq, iq, uq. If I tell you do it with the kaf. Ak, ik, uk. Right? So you see the difference is clearly between kaf and qaf. Ka, qa, ka, qa, ka, qa. So we will go over the letters that are alike when it comes to pronunciation. Okay? All of these are the basics, very important. If you understand this, the rest is just like adding windows to your house and doors. Okay, so this one is qa, ka, qa, ka, qa, ka. Do I have a highlighter? Okay. Qa, ka, qa, ka, qa, ka, qa, ka. Za, 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 za. Tha, sa, tha, sa, tha, sa. Dha, dha, dha. So the letters where your tongue does a lot of work is this one. Okay, so this one, your tongue need to move. Dha, dha. I don't like explaining it by, I mean, I should explain it where your tongue goes. It will be, you can see it online as well, how to pronounce letters. But some people get used to it by sound. Dha. One of the letters that I really needed to know what you do in your, inside your mouth to get it done is dad. I had a problem, like, how do you say, especially when you stop. Like I always hear people saying al-ard, which is incorrect. So what do you do? So some of the letters you will just need that learn the technique. So for example, pa, the more you stick your tongue in the upper part of your throat, the better your ta is. Pa. So you stick your tongue up and then you release it. Pa. So this is something very interesting because it will make you read Arabic or recite Quran no matter what is your mother tongue is, because you learn basically how to move the muscle. Okay, so we had da, da, sa, sa. Sin, when it comes to the sin, you smile. Sa. The popular mistake is اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. مستقيم, right? المستقيم. So you smile, and also if the letter has sukun, We just explained sukun as an eld. Sukun means to stop. So you have to stop.
Which one was the smile again?
Seen. So for example, this place we are in, don't say cafeteria. I'm talking about the masjid. I would like to hear masjid because I will hear a lot of stuff. Masjid. You say masjid. If you say it quickly, what will happen? Yes, you give me the sound. Masjid. No, it is not masjid. It is masjid. You have to, sukun, you have to stop. Whether you're reading quickly or slowly, you have to stop on sukun. Sukun basically sukun meaning you don't stop. We have like sakina, right? Which is tranquility, like calming. Hudu. We have maskan, house, the place where you live in. Okay, so words are related. Again, fa, tha, ta. Say ta, 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 la, ra, la, ra, la, ra. Okay. You asked the question a moment ago about dad is heavy, dal is light. I mean, you can think about it this way, but some letters, it is really, you will mess it up if you don't see the difference. Ta, ta. So a problem that can take place when you say mustaqim is that you decided to make the sin sad and you went ahead, I have ta, let's make it ta, so you say mustaqim. So you are reading basically something else. A problem that sometimes happen is if you have a soft letter and a heavy letter. So your tongue is like, I'm already being stiff, why would I make it easy? So you just go with the flow. So for example, one of them is this word. Sorry for my handwriting. So the ta is meeting the ta. So this might be hard because you have ta. So and then you have seen basat ta. So you end the ta with the ta sound. But this is not explained right now. I'm just saying that how do you listen this? Okay, I'm not explaining this right now, but it will come later on. I mean, you will always be learning new stuff. Like today, I learned that not all mads are the same. So while ad-dallin mad is very long, but if you are reciting and you stop like Ghafurur Rahim, can you make Rahim longer than, like if you say Rahim, you're just extending it. Can you make it longer than a mad between two words? No, you can't. It has to be always above in ranking. I mean, so it is basically a science. They call it the science of tajweed. But for now, we are just learning how to read. And if you ask me, someone who knows how to read properly, for me, he is better than someone with tajweed, but he doesn't give characteristics of the letter. One of my sheikhs used to say, there's 5 stuff that will make your recitation good. But again, I'm saying that understanding is very important. Quran is not like a melody where you keep singing it all the time. It is a book made so that you read, understand, and act upon. He said 5 stuff. He said characteristics of the letters, like is it da or da, where to start and where to stop. We gave an example last time. You can't say a statement like Ziyad is cooking food in the kitchen, and you said Ziyad is cooking, and you stop and say food in the kitchen. I mean, yeah, but this is like, perhaps I'm cooking outside and the food is in the kitchen, so food is not cooked. But Ziyad is saying Ziyad is cooking food in the kitchen. So where to start, where to stop? Because if you are reading it, and this basically depends on understanding as well sometimes. So characteristics of the letters, where to start and where to stop. How much air are you inhaling before the ayah? Because you would like to give the listener the complete statement, right? Because if, for example, the ayah is, it is a very bad example, but I'm not giving an ayah as an example, but if you say, Ziad is cooking food in the kitchen, and you should figure out how much air you need to inhale before you say the statement. Or so, for example, you can say Ziad is cooking, and then you can say cooking food in the kitchen, so that the meaning is complete, right? And instead of saying Ziad is cooking food kitchen, and then because this is the way some people do it, because you don't know where to start and where to stop. So again, characteristics of the letters: where to start and where to stop, inhaling and exhaling, beautification of your voice, and I keep forgetting the fifth one. So if I remember it, I will mention it. Of course, good memorization. I mean, it is essential. If you are reciting, you have to have good memorization.
So how do you know that why you have to stop or why you should not stop?
So if you understand the meaning of the ayah, so for example, Allah says, the example is not complex. We can secret material.
So you have to know the meaning, otherwise.
You have to. The app crashed. Of course, technology. 1 second. You have to know the meaning, or you learn the start and the stop signs. Yes. So. Huh? Yes, it needs practicing, but also you need. Yeah. Yes, of course, it needs patience. Yes. So, so here, for example, it says, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. There is no stop in this ayah, meaning, of course, there is a science in علوم القرآن called al-waqf wal-ibtida, where to start and where to stop, because tafsir and ruling depend on it as well. Here, let's say you decided to stop. If you say أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ, then do they not reflect upon the Quran? You can stop. I mean, in the English language, the guy added a comma. I mean, the scholar added a comma. So you can stop here, and you can say أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. The meaning is complete because there is part of the meaning is in previous. But if you say something weird, if you say أَفَلَا تَدَبَّرُونَ, then do they not reflect? And then you say القرآن أَمْ عَلى قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. It is like the news is missing. Where is the news? Or what are you describing? So this is sometimes you can do it by understanding the meaning, but also you need to know the start and the stop signs. But this is very easy. It is just a.
Can you blow that up and so that we can so that I just want to see the signal of the stop sign.
No, here there is no stop signs. Yeah, I'm just saying that if you decide to stop, you can do it here. I mean, it will not be a major error. We said the difference, the, غا. In al-Fatiha, we have غا mentioned where? غيري, not غيري. غيري, غا. المغضوب, not المغضوب. So this letter is heavy. Yes, you can say it is a heavy letter. Okay. What are the heavy letters? No, we said memorize. I need a word that have the heavy letters. You added meme.
The word itself is heavy.
Sorry, my handwriting is bad. might have made قصة ضغط قز. So قاف صاد ضاد غين ظا, right? So it is basic قص ضغط قز. So I don't really know the meaning. It has a meaning, of course. So usually scholars will always do this, right? They do it in everything in Islam. Subhanallah. They will take, for example, fiqh, and they will make a poem describing the fiqh, for example, in the Hanbali mazhab. They will make a poem describing the Arabic grammar. So we have Alfiyat ibn Malik, 1,000 letters of poetry describing the Arabic grammar. we have poems, they call it matn, describing the tajweed. Okay? And you will see scholars like doing it in a different way. So someone will do a poem for tajweed, but and he will say تحفة الأطفال. So he says, I'm doing it for kids. Someone will do a different one, it will be more detailed. So they used to do this. They will make a statement, and from this statement, it has a meaning. So you can memorize it, and it also has a ruling. So for example, a very famous one is ابغي حجك وخف عقيمه. We say al-qamar, and we say ash-shams. You don't say al-shams. So the letters that you will always, whenever you see them, you say alif and lam, al-qamar, are all gathered in a statement. ابغي حجك وخف عقيمه. When you are going for Hajj, pay attention to the stuff you need to do so that you don't break your Hajj. This is a statement, but it also has all the letters you need to memorize in order to know the rule. So this is something fancy in the language. And of course, Allah has a better example. Allah, when He gave us the Quran has you call it a rhythm. I think you can mention Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Taha ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى. Right? You always have a very similar ending. So Allah also subhanahu wa ta'ala, the book, so that you can see people who don't understand the Quran, they are still able to memorize and recite it. So, and by the way, the miracle of Islam is the miracle that the Prophet that Allah gave to the Ummah of Sayyidina Muhammad, because every prophet has to have a miracle, is the Quran. And the miracle of the Quran is the language. I know some people say that there is science, there is stuff like this. Yes, this exists, of course. And there was news mentioned in the Quran way before it happened, like غُلِبَتِ الرُّوم, the Roman Empire is going to fall down before it falls down. So this already took place. But the language was the main part. And when you learn the Arabic language, you really will value the thing. Some ayahs, I'm telling you, if you read the ayah in Arabic and you read it in English, it is totally different. Think about it in this very bad example. Imagine you are proposing to someone and he speaks in a different language, and there is a translator. Basically, you are knowing the translator more than you know the person you are proposing to, because he will add something. He has to add something. You can't tell me that two languages are alike. They are not alike. So this is why when you learn Arabic language, you will see like Allah didn't use the word here randomly. It has a meaning, and you can't find a better way of mentioning it. And you will find out later on that some ayahs, the ayah has a lot of stuff in it. Many information. Like inheritance is only mentioned in 3 ayahs. But we have like 33 cases out of it. From only 3 ayahs, 33 cases. And the extra part is, the ayahs has rhythm. And you can memorize it without understanding. So it is really a miracle, but you have to reflect upon it. So we said, A and Ha. A is one of the letters. We will stop a little bit on it. A and Ha, because the Ain, yeah. So Ain, yes, Ain is, you can think about it. So there is no Ain in the English language as far as I can tell. If I could be wrong, I'm not sure. But so we
It's
said
a very tough one.
huh?
Ayn is a very tough
I mean,
one.
I was born in the US, but I grew up in Egypt. My teacher would give me 50 words a week, 50 words of English language. If I don't memorize it, he will take a stick and like give me a couple of ones in my hand.
Discipline.
Don't worry, I don't have a stick, and also we don't want to go into.
And big miswak, right?
Yeah, we don't do this. But what I'm saying is that memorizing vocab is essential. There is no way around it. If you don't memorize this vocab and you learn Arabic, you will be like, move this thing, referring to the table. Turn this thing, referring to the light. Open this thing, referring to the door. You have to memorize vocab. How do you memorize? By memorizing. Yes?
It's in any language you have to memorize.
Yes, you have. There is no way around it. You have to. Inshallah, once you learn the Arabic language and the Arabic structure, you will read Quran. Many words will be strange, but you are a good student, so you will get an empty notebook from Dollar Tree because it is inexpensive, and you get a pen, and while reciting you found a new word. So let's say you are reciting Surah Al-Fatiha. Today you found, for example, 15 new words or 10 new words, right? So you wrote one of them down and you memorized. Tomorrow when you recite, how many words will be new? 9. You do the same thing. The day after, how many words will be new? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I always had a question in mind. If we are taking someone to the graveyard and he didn't learn Arabic or memorize Quran, didn't he have enough time? I mean, was it really busy like this? Like you can't afford 1 hour from the 168 hours of the week? The thing we keep doing is that we delay. We will do it later on, and we never do it at the end of the day. But as I said, it is very systematic, and we have many resources. I was explaining the ayn. So, can someone tell me the letter people usually confuse with ayn?
That's a good question.
Hamza.
Yes, correct. I mean, Hamza is really like ayn when it comes to Arabic. So some of the scholars were saying because when say and a, they are very close from the way they are coming out. So he said like, okay, this is ayn, I'm just going to do like this. Don't take me for this information, it could be wrong, and it become Hamza. But yes, this is the confusion people usually have. The way you practice it is the same. Can you see the screen? Can you see? Okay. Yeah. Or. Yes, it sounds nice. You do it at home, inshallah, and people will be laughing. You have to do this. Or. Yes. And then you say, أنعمت, 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 أنعمت. So you fixed one of the words in the Fatiha, right? أنعمت. عالمين, عالمين, رب العالمين. So this is how you practice a letter. Inshallah, I will send the video. Yes, I will send the video showing you this everywhere. Inshallah. Okay, this is not here.
These special notes, bro. Very special.
Okay, we learned Al-Fath. Some of you I know how to read, but I think this is very useful for everyone because you will learn moving forward that breaking down information is very important. So, for example, we took Fatha. Fatha is a. You open your mouth. A, ba, ta, sa. We took Fatha. So everyone is going to pronounce a word for me. Just to be clear, it is written such that if you would like to make a statement, like if you would like to make a word, just draw a line here and here. Then you have it. So the letters are written in their position in the correct format. So kataba, if you connect it, it will be written this way. So if I'm talking about this one, technology. If I will have to do it. Ta, ba. So basically I connected this. Okay? So it is a very good exercise. Always write down stuff. So this is kataba. If I tell you what is this letter, you will say ka. What is this letter? You say ta. What is this letter? You say ba. And of course, you are a good student, so you will say it quickly. Ka, ta, ba. So you will say it as a word. Kataba, 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 kataba. Meaning to write something down. So, amara, sa'ala. Amara is to command. Sa'ala is to ask. Laja'a, 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 laja'a. Batasha, 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 batasha. Nabadha, ثقب, تجرى, كتب ثبت سرد نثر بعث. Okay, هو الذي بعث في الأميين رسولا منهم. بعث used many times in the Quran, meaning Allah sent the messenger to us. Okay?
Every three letters makes a meaningful word.
Yes.
Every single.
Yes. In Arabic, every word will have a root of 3 letters.
Sometimes 4.
Huh?
Sometimes 4.
Sometimes four.
I think
sometimes three.
it might be. I'm not sure. I think every word will have 3 letters. It could be.
Like Zalzala.
Huh?
Zalzala.
Yeah, this is one is 4, right? Zalzal. Yes, I think some are exceptions, but I think most of the words are only 3 letters. But of course, there's different. All of those are verbs. Verb. Okay. So we go from the right. Alhamdulillah.
Amara.
Yes, correct. Quickly.
Amara.
Yes, amara.
Sa'ala.
Again.
Sa'ala.
Sa'ala.
لجأ.
Correct.
بطشا.
Very nice thought. No, but 1 second. Say it again.
بطشا.
Batasha.
بطشا.
So the sheen is soft. Don't take it with a ta. Correct.
نبذ.
Nabada.
سقط. سقط.
Sa. The sa. Sa. Thaqaba. Thaqaba. Kataba. Yes.
ثبت.
ترد.
Again.
ترد.
Tharada.
ترد.
Who is left? Ammu. Nathara. What's your name? Aryan? Arya? Okay, go ahead. You are not paying attention. Minus 10 marks. This one. Say it again, louder. Ba'atha. Next. Tamim?
جلس.
Jalasa. Say it again. Jalasa. Yes?
Sajada.
Quicker. Correct, but quicker.
Sajada.
Sajada. This one? You didn't learn the fatha yet. Okay. Look into the lecture from last time. If you have questions, send me an email and we can arrange office hours. Okay? Virtual, of course. Next.
Nasaja.
Nasaja. Say it again.
Nasaja.
Nasaja. Next. Again. Habasa. Okay. Bilal.
Oh, okay. We right there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Tahana.
By the way, at this step you should pronounce it this way, but I'm like going to the other step. At this step, I mean, according to the way we are reciting, you should be saying tahana.
Tahana.
No, but I would like you to say
They want to
tahana.
combine it.
Tahana.
Tahana. Okay, next.
Masaha.
Masaha, clean. Or erase.
خضع.
Qada, to submit.
نخر.
نسخ.
Nasakha.
نسخ.
Where is nasakha mentioned in the first time in the Quran?
When the orders are abbreviated, so
ما ننسخ من آية أو ننسيها نأتي بخير منها أو مثلها ألم تعلم أن الله على كل شيء قدير. سورة البقرة. Next. Dafana. What's the meaning of dafana? Yes, bury someone. Next. Sada. Next. Correct.
ذهب.
Correct.
لذا.
Again.
لذا.
Correct.
maybe it's not big enough.
So tell me the first letter. With fatha is? Alif with fatha is alif, yes, correct. But with fatha, how we pronounced? Next one. Kha. Next one. Za. Akhadha. To take. Akhadha. This one. Next. Razaqa. Okay. Next.
Raka'a.
Again.
Raka'a.
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 Yes, so Zain. You need to practice Zain. Yes. Ya or a. This is how you practice Zain. This one is Raka'a. 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 Next.
Qara'a.
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 Qara'a. This one. Next. Ghasala. Next. Bilal.
Dasara? No, Nasara.
Nasara.
He needs help.
Mm.
He needs us. Doesn't mean
Okay. More exercise. Bilal again. Huh? No, break it down. Yes, correct. Wow. Okay, next.
حرث.
Next.
أكل ضجع قرض زحر
Again.
زحر
ظهر.
زحر زحف
زحف.
لزق
لزق. مصطفى. Say. غمز. غمز. No, not don't stop on the za. Just pronounce it. غمز. Yes. This one. Next. Next.
مساق
Nice kha. Next. I missed the kid. He left. Next time, hold him from his hand. Okay. Next.
Keep him first image.
Abasa.
Abasa. Next.
Is that, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Shara'a.
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 Shara'a. Next. Again. No, this is the dot is up, not down. Kha. Khasha'a. Next. Bilal.
Khamasha. I don't know. Khamasha.
Khamasha. Next.
صدقة.
Sadaqa.
صدقة.
Okay. Next.
بصم
Correct.
فحص
Correct.
ضرب
Correct.
حضم
Correct.
رمض
Ramada.
طلع
Correct.
خطب
Khataba.
خطب.
Okay. The ha sound appears in the ha. The rest of the letters end it with very small amount of air. So sometimes, yes, you have to get some air out, but if you increase it, it will sound like there is a ha at the end. Okay? Same. If you extend it, it will sound like there is an alif at the end. Khataba.
خطب.
Correct. Next. Ghabata. Next.
ظلم
Walama. Next.
ذي ورى
Again.
ذي ضارع
Not the.
شلون شو جاي يكون؟
I mean, I would accept the mistake in only one case. If the dha didn't have a line like this.
this little okay.
Because this little line means this letter is connected.
ذي ضارع
Nadara. So this is actually a very good
This
point.
may- no.
This is noon.
Oh.
Why it is noon? Because I said when I was explaining the exercise that every letter is written as if it is in the word itself. The dha. See this line? normally doesn't have a line like this. If it has a line from here, it means that it is connected. So you connect it to this, then it is nazara, to look. Okay, next. Okay, next. Akafa. Next. We have anyone here? Okay.
Sa'ala.
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 Sa'ala. Next.
Qala,
Qala'a. 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 Yes, you do the exercise. I, or, a. Little kids like this exercise, especially when it comes to the ayn. Next. Next. ضغط. ضغط. So the author is writing something nice. He says المراجعة اليومية لدرس مواضع الحروف والحروف المتشابهة كتابة ونطقا. He's like, every day you revise this page and page number 6 by reading and writing. I mean, he's the author. This is how he thinks you should learn. So every day, I mean, if you can, or every 2 days, you have to keep visiting this because this is really the fundamental. Everything is going to be built on this. More exercise.
This is like learning the numbers before
Yes.
you get to algebra.
Exactly. You can't learn multiplication before you know addition.
So how many? You said 90 pages you're gonna go through.
Yes, we will go
how
through.
How many pages a day or like a lesson?
So based on the response I'm getting, if people are already responding, I will keep filling their mind with information.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah, but usually it's 80 minutes.
Yeah, so
Class is 80 minutes.
yes,
80 minutes, yeah.
maximum. Which is now. So we will stop here.
I remember.
Okay, this is an exercise we will cover on. So if you can say here the author is doing something nice. He's connecting some and leaving the other. So he's helping out. Here he decided to connect all of them. So we will go over this, just to make sure that everyone knows what is happening. We said MC. Okay, this is the registration link you need to go to. Where you find it, there is a QR code. I can show you. If you fill up the information and you add random stuff because you are not making a submission, once you go to the next screen, you will see the following. You will see MCMC introductory course, so the Google Drive folder, and you will see a YouTube playlist.
Is the code on the website?
Okay, let me so
It's MCMC NJ.
I have the QR code. You can scan it. So it is mcmcnj.org/Quran class. But just let me. I will give you the QR code to scan it once you're done. So I said if you go to once you submit the form, and I will send you an email anyways, you can go to the MCMC Arabic Introductory Course. So it is basically a Google Drive where I upload the materials. The videos are uploaded to YouTube because I will just eat my drive space because videos are long. If you look at the videos, I'm asking who is this?
I'm sorry.
Who is this?
Remember that it is drawn in different formats. Sha. So that your eye. Sa. Ta.
No. When you listen to the recording, Yunus is the one with me.
In the upper
You know the one, Yunus.
Ta.
What about you?
Yeah,
What about him?
he's the one in this video.
Oh, really?
So I was teaching him.
Virtually.
No, in person.
Okay.
So you
Before
record
he left.
He left?
You talk about Yunus, the brother of Mahmoud.
Yes, one was very big beard.
Yes, yes, he has made officially hijrah.
Okay. Okay, so this is YouTube.
May Allah bless.
I mean, this is a YouTube playlist. I will be uploading it regularly. This is introductory course. So here you have the books. Here you have extra. Here you have lecture notes. Here you have lecture recording, which is basically, as I said, uploaded to YouTube. If you go to extra, some stuff regarding prayer is useful. Tahiyyat, when you sit down between in the second rak'ah, what you say, and